Right, people, welcome back. So I'm gonna start work on the on the old 85 Cagiva. We're gonna start by unsticking that brake, or just having a look at what's going on. All I need it to do is let off so I can move it around a bit. I do have a big stupid light over here because a bit of extra light. So if I'm casting a bit of a shadow, I don't think it's too bad. No, it's not too bad. But yeah, we've just got a few basic tools here. Nothing really crazy. I mean, generally I won't say, it's 4 brakes, this stuff. I think it even says it, whoops. For brake squeal. But avoid using it. If you've got a new bike or out like that, you get squealing pads that go in there anyway. Like little metal shims that go in behind it, stop squealing, springs and stuff holding it in place. But they didn't have that sort of thing back in the day, so we might need a little dab of that, depending, but we'll see. We'll see when we get into it. But yeah, so I'm gonna start doing this. Just a few basic tools, as you can see. I use these. I know they're impact, but it's because they're 6-sided and I don't like rounding stuff off. So rather than using a 12 point, which they are, it just takes that, element out of it. Something else to just go wrong. So yeah, hopefully they should come straight out anyway. Yeah, let's get into it. Hopefully you guys can see this good enough. So let's remove the cover to get to the pads. If it wants to come off. Brembo. Now let's pull this pin out. And this is seized solid. There we go, look at that. And this is what locks it in place. That goes in and clips in. So I'm gonna have to clean that up. Right, and there's a little spring in here. A little old school spring. That holds it in place. Just puts tension on the pads, pressing them down so they don't rattle about. Right, now see if these come out. I know these are gonna be jammed in. Oh yeah, they're jammed. Severely jammed. Alright, so let's see what I can do with this. Can I get them out? Be nice if they'd ease off a bit. Oh, they are absolutely in there. It's coming loose though. See if I can just wiggle this one out. I need new pads anyway for this, so don't really matter if they get a bit damaged. She does not want to come out. Oh, there we go. Broke it free. It must have been that pop. There we go. One crusty old pad. Still got a bit of meat on it. Still worth getting a new set though, innit? Let's be honest. This one's still stuck in. Oh, oh my days, that's still, yeah. It's still pretty well in there. And he brought the little small screwdriver. Oh, that's better. So the key is with any vehicle, my go-to thing is service the brakes, because you don't know who's had it before you. This isn't a how-to or anything, this is just me, what I'm doing to loosen this brake off because it's ridiculous. They're pretty evenly worn. They're not, they're not showing any signs of, I would say sticking, but when it was being ridden, they were decent. The brakes were good, worn down to the same amount, and they're not on an angle or anything, so that's good. Right, so I'm using a big extension for this because I don't want to be in the shop and ruin it, so don't shoot me for that. I'm gonna focus camera. Hello. There we go. So I might be able to put this on. There we go. put that light on. So this, oh, it's an outer seal. Pull this off and have a look at it. See what's going on. Okay, so that's just like an actual dust cover to keep it. It's pretty clean actually. Wow. Take this one off. Okay, wow. That's not bad at all. Well, the Italians did make stuff to last as daft as it is in this day. I suppose back in the day, things were made to last. You know, but these days it's just, yeah, just throw it in the bin. Get a new one. Wow, that looks really good condition for being 36 years old. 1 year older than me, this bike. So not bad at all, that. See if I can push these back in. See if it's going to ease off, see if they are actually stuck. Alright, give me a second. So I don't actually have anything that'll fit in there. You see it splits. So what happens is you take these bolts out here and then it splits the caliper in half, and then you end up having to bleed it again, blah blah blah, whatever. But I know this is an absolute pain in the ass to bleed, and I don't want to ass around with it. So I need to push them pistons back, and we're just gonna hope they're gonna move, because my tool will not fit in there to do it. So I'm just gonna use this little C-spanner that'll go in and sit over it, and then I'm just gonna put these in as best as possible and just see if it wants to edge back. But before you do anything like that, always take this off, and then we get to look at the brake fluid, which I can only imagine is, oh my god, look at the state of that. Gravy. Let's see if these actually want to move. So it goes through there quite nicely actually. I think it's going to be my best bet for now. Let's be honest. You see if you can see that there. You're going to focus on it rather than my hand. There you go, look. It's so easy. Just a quick squeeze, it's gone back in. You see that? Right. Get this in the right flipping place so it doesn't snag up on that side. Wow, that was ridiculous. Oh, did that just move? Sorry. Keep hitting that little side bit there. Boom, back in. Sorry if you didn't see that. I was trying to see what I was doing. So, both of those have just pushed back in. Alright, let's have a look at the fluid. It has come up since I've put the pushed the pistons back in the caliper, but wow, you can actually see the separation. I need to have a little stare around in that and see what's going on at the bottom of that, because that is disgusting. You can see the cleaner stuff compared to the poo in the bottom. So see what we can I mean, there's nothing initially down there. There's maybe a tiny little bit on there, right on the tip. You can just see. But as your camera does, it never wants to focus on anything. There's a bit of brown poop on the end of that. You'll just have to take my word for it. But yes, so that has come up a bit. We can pop this back on now, because we've pushed our pistons back. I mean, that's going to get changed. If your fluid looks like that, it needs changing big time. Okay, so just quickly wire brushed over this, over the backs of these, cleaned them up. The fronts, I wire brushed them, but they were so glazed that I just took the glaze off with a file. Clean this up, loosen the little locking mechanism there, like a C-clip. Clean that up as best as possible, but look at the state of it. I mean, it's terrible, isn't it? It's completely beaten to hell. So best I can do with that and the spring, clean them up so these can roll. Because when your pads are shuffling around, they'll need to have a little bit of movement to help them adjust and roll around. So we'll go pop these back on now. They're not going to be used again on the road, but it's just for now. If I decide to ride up my driveway, I do need to stop still, so we're going to pop them back on. So you can see the seals have gone back in. They went in fairly easy. This one's got a little tiny nick. You just prod it in like that. And it just seats itself against it. And yeah, if I can find a new set of these, I will. I'll put them on. Yeah, clean up all this inside just so your pads run nicely. It's not too bad. I'm not too bothered at the moment because I'm not riding it to work. So, point it back on. Reverse of taking it off. And yes, but again, leaving full service, all regular everything with we'll leave on leaving brakes. Because I'm just through because I'll do it inside. It's probably, I guess, 20 years old. No, it's 15 years. 16 years, 17 years. So, let's keep it going to carry, which I'm pretty much guaranteed it is. I love it. No blank. Right, that's that. So usually, I'd pop a bit of, with these old brakes, but not with new brakes because you've got anti-squeal shims and whatnot like going. New brakes don't even bother putting any of this brake grease on. But with your old stuff, sometimes, you know, just put super light, just a dab around. Okay, I mean, I'm not going to. I won't personally, unless I start running into problems. But for me, going in dry is the only way. As long as it's clean and nice, then you're okay. Alright, so then this goes in. You can see it's got that bend on it. I don't know if you can see that. I'll try to hold it against the white contrast. So that bend will face into your pads. Okay. Right, you can, and I will, just pop a tiny bit of grease on this. Just a little. That's it. Just to stop it from next to nothing on there. Ah, you bugger. Let's put that back in. There we go. Hold it down. Come on, back up here, brake pad. Brake pad's trying to disappear on me. There we go, get that trapped under there. Wiggle her in. Actually quite a strong little spring, that. Give her a tap home. She'll locate and she'll lock in place. Boom, done. Okay. Put the top back on. Right, now that's that brake sorted for now. Every time you've messed with your brakes and you've put pads in and you've pushed the pistons back, you've got to pump your brakes a couple of times to lift them up just so your pads seat and they're in the correct position. I'm not going to do that because obviously I'm going to be wheeling this about. This bike needs overhauling. So yeah, right, we can get on with the carb now. So if you notice here, the crank breather has been replaced with a bit of rock hard old AF garden hose. So that's just lovely. I remember seeing this when I got it and thought, you know, I love that creativity. Me and this guy probably be ending up friends because of this. Because, you know, that sort of stuff, you know, I like it. Modified. Yeah, so it looks like a couple of flat blades to take this off. Let me just move you up here. Sorry, my camera decided it didn't want to record any of that. So I've just loosened this off. I've just loosened this off as well.
took the top of the carb off the slide, and we took the choke out. I'm now taking the intake boot off because I have to take all this out, and I'm not willing to take all this out yet, so we'll try remove that first and hopefully get the carb out that way. I cannot believe that didn't record, or I didn't press it. I'm on the last bolt on the other side, so I'm just going to stop it because it's a ridiculous bolt. And then I'm going to wibble on about something else. You'll have to excuse the noise in the background. My neighbours had roofers out and they're taking the scaffolding down. Anyway, so I got the carb off. My phone didn't record it, but basically you've got your slide here and it's just two bolts on the top. Unscrew that straight out the top here, slides out. It's got a little, see that little, it's got a little tab there, so obviously you can locate the siding. And the choke, which was just a one screw straight out the side, no messing, straight out of here. And yeah, and the boot was welded to that, so I managed to get it off. She's fairly stiff. It looks like it's had some sort of sealant put on it. Whoops. But yeah, this side's pretty well stuck on, but I'm going to try take it apart. I'm going to take the float chamber off and have a look inside and just see what it looks like. Hopefully it'll be a lot better. Focus, damn it. Bike companies back in the day just used just nice quality parts. I mean, it's so nice that. And you slide it on and then you clip it in. And that's it, and you screw it down, boom, no messing. Like, you just don't get that sort of stuff anymore. That quality part. Like, that's 36-year-old Jubilee clip, and it works like it's brand new. And the same with that one, and the same with that one. And you buy all this, you get these new bikes, and they come and you take them off, on and off about 3 times, and that's it, they're knackered. It's just a shame that, you know, these companies don't, I wouldn't say take as much care, but they love to cut corners. It's all about saving money, but getting a nice product out, yes. But they just, you know, they're just missing that little bit of niceness that they used to have back in the day. Well, let's go have a look at this carb. See what it looks like inside. Oh, you. Pretty damn tight that was. I didn't think it'd be that tight. Oof. Take that out. Bit of gumminess on there. It's wet. So that's what I don't get. What's got in it? Oh, it's all wiping off. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? Let's do that quick little. Because that's made for running it through, because it's got holes all the way down inside of it. Okay, it's clean now, that. Clean air. Clean again. Is that? It's a gasket material anyway. It's not a copper washer, which I'd have thought it would have been. She's pretty clean. It's got some residue of something in there. Looks like 2-stroke oil, but I don't remember putting any sort of fuel in anything. Okay. So that looks pretty clean. I mean, it's got a bit of residue of something in there. There's some water in there. Some water just running around in there. Don't know if you can see it run down to the bottom. Yep, some water in there and some oil of I don't know what. Give it a clean out. Quick little spray. Where to put my spray there? Give it a sealer wipe. She looks reasonable anyway now, doesn't she? Can you see that? There we go, that's it. Looks reasonably decent, that now. Okay, so the float. Might need my thin nose pliers. Twin float. Okay, so let's take this jet out. Oh, should come undone. Okay. Give that a quick clean. Sounds free. Stay there, damn it. Stand up. There we go. Give it a little spray. This screen, there we go. That's just a ball valve. Pop that there. In fact, we'll chuck you in there. Take this one out. That one's not too bad. Okay, so there's gunk on everything. I mean, the only thing I can think of is when I've initially, oh, that's completely blocked. This is absolutely blocked solid. Completely blocked. So we'll give it a little spray. Hopefully. Oh yeah, straight, clean, perfect. Where's my light? Put this crappy light on. See if you can't see through it. There you go. Clean again. So that's good. We'll spray a little bit of this in that orifice. A bit in there. Give this all a quick spray. Get it everywhere. It's nice to get it on everything because, you know, give the whole area a clean. Like your hands as well. It's nice to get it on your hands to give that a clean. So, you know, just keep that in mind. We're doing all kinds of cleaning. I'm trying to get this out, but no sort of like release mechanism. Right, I need some better. I need something better to grip onto with. Arting around. Where are we? Oh, I can't even grip it with these. Why are you fighting me? You don't want to come apart, do you? You've been together that long. You're not bothered. Oh, did you move? What is up with you? Why are you so stuck in there? Oh, I got a good grip on it then. Oh my god. Does not want to come out this at all. The only thing we can do is get a bit of pipe, reattach it to that, and then blow down it and see if it's actually metering it. Right, this will tell us. Perfect, that's fine then. Put a little schmoo down there as well. And we'll let that run through. No? There we go. And hopefully that cleaned out everything that we needed to clean out there. Right, so let's take these other jets out now. This one. Oh my god, that's... There we go. Just going to go through these, give them a clean. Just gives it the best chance of when it does come to trying to fire it up. That looks good to me. Switch this light on so I can see through it. Give it a little spray anyway, because why not? Where are we? There we go. You can see the light through it. She's clean. She's happy. Give it a little. Got all the poo-poo out of that. You should probably have gloves on for this, but oh my god, that one's oh, she was all tight. So we're just going to go through all these jets and just make sure they're all clean and you can see through them, and then all the other orifices are clean. Yeah, I can see straight through that one. I'll give it a little spray anyway. It's always the one that you miss. It's always the one that you go, ah, it'll be alright that as well. There we go, that one's good. So I'm happy with that. Spray a little bit of schmoo down there as well. Watch your eyeballs. Don't do a malt scheme, just spray stuff in your face, because he likes that kind. And just liberally, yeah, there we go. I'm looking at all that. See, it looks nice and clean now. You know, there's nothing. Surprisingly clean. So, when I must have put it away years ago now, I must have run something through it. I'm presuming I've run, you know, 2-stroke through it or whatnot, because everything was oiled up and it was pretty thick and gloopy, so it's been in there for some time. So yeah, let's fit all these back in. I can remember where they go. Put that one in the wrong place straight away, because that was this one. At least we know everything's clean, and I've run that stuff through it, the cleaner, and it's coming out the other side. So with these, you just nip them up. You don't need to go crazy. And then this one, let's give that a quick wipe on the top because it's got some residue on it. You see, this has got that little rubber seal. Now I would like, it's solid as well. I suppose it's still got a little bit of bounce left in it. We're gonna assume that it's gonna be okay, because it sits, I know that sits in that corner. Yeah, it sits down in that little hole in the corner. You see it down this side. And that sits in there. So let's pop that back in. It seals in there, so it should seal. So it would be nice to have a new seal. Let me have a look through some of our stuff. Okay, so I've searched everywhere. I cannot find a little rubber for it. So we're going to hope and assume, it still moves on there. Hope and assume that it's going to hold it together. So we're just going to go. You don't need to nip these up tight. It's brass, it'll sit comfortably. Just a quick little will do it. Now, we're hoping this gasket here is alright. Seems to look alright. Still soft, surprisingly. So, we're going to assume that's okay. We'll have to look into finding some sort of rebuild kit maybe, get some newer jets, put them in, but everything in there looks pretty damn decent to me. Okay, so it actually breathes through this, so that's why that has all the drain holes, so it goes in and down to the bottom. So we'll just nip this up. I'm going to do it too tight because this, that'll do. Aluminium, so you don't want to rip the threads out of that because you're just going to end up in a world of pain. Okay, so this gasket is rock solid. I know it's not snapping, but it's really old. So I'm going to use some trusty old Honda Bond. Now I'm only going to use a bit, so I'm just going to put it on this plate, and then when we slide her in there, she'll have a little summit to go off. So you don't need much of this stuff because it's really good. Now this might be a bit of a pain in the ass putting this back on. Right, there we go. A little bit of schmoo on there. Don't forget to put the cap back on it, David. Wherever you put the cap. Right, so this, so here, put that quickly on there. There we go. Right, so we're gonna have to slot her in like that. So bear with me whilst I struggle. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a pain in the ass. I can see it right now. Everything's in the way. Trying not to completely ruin the Honda Bond I've just put on. Oh, there we go. Line that up. And send her home. I'll try and get the ball in correctly first. On the Allen key, should I say. Come on, line up. There we go. That's it. Right, let me just screw this in and then I'll get back to you. So that's that done. So we can pop the choke back in. The screw flew off over there. Easy. It's got a little rubber seal on it. It's popped out of place. We can pop that back in. I'm just going to put a little something on there just to help aid it sliding. Just a little dab of oil on my extremely clean finger. Looks like it's been trapped for ages like that, so you know, that could have been like that for donkeys. That's clean, it's got a bit of fluff on the end, perfect. Ooh, the dog hair, even better. Better for running that. Drop it back in. Give it the old wiggle. Do I have my screwdriver over here? Oh, of course not. Now I do. Now I can't see a thing here, so I don't know if you can see anything. There we go. It's got a little. There we go. Has like a little indent for it to locate in, just so you don't. And then with that you just need a little done. We'll check it and make sure it works. Yep. We've got 1 click, 2 clicks. Yep, perfect. I say perfect, but we don't know yet. We'll soon find out. And this, I'm just going to give it a quick spray down because it's got sticky residue on it. I'll just pop that on that so we can give it a little. Oh yeah, perfect. Perfect. She's got a little bit of wear on the slide. You see that there? And a little more on this one. It's actually gone through a bit. but she'll be right. Right, so if you remember, it's got the notch in it. That goes facing the opposite way. So I have to shimmy this in here. And that's why I left that loose. And then it's got this little arm on it. This little arm that needs to go behind there. Otherwise, you will struggle like hell. Sometimes it's good to just crack the throttle and get it all pulled in. Just like that. Just going to hold it there. Try and fight the spring. You see how it sits in there nicely. I'm just going to slot that back in. I've got dirty hands, I know, you don't have to tell me, I've seen it. Give it a little left-right action. A bit of left and a bit of right. Where are we? You're gonna... And then if you look at this, it's got a little tab on the back. Sorry if it's a bit wibbly wobbly. Just got a little tab just on the back there, if you can see it. I can't see the screen properly, so you push that in. Ouch, you twat. Okay, you push that in. You push that in and nothing happens. Right, let me sort this out. Let me struggle on my own. You just sit there. Said go in. Oh, you've gone. There we go. Okay, that wasn't as easy as I thought, but it's definitely worked. Right, done. Pull these screws up, pop that on there like that. Get the old do scriber, nip her up. Oh, here comes the rain. We are in a tin shed, so you might hear that quite nicely. It's pretty relaxing though when you're in here, not talking to yourself. Okay, so just give them a little nip up, just like that, just like that. Crack the throttle a couple of times. You can hear it. Fully open, fully closed. Perfect. This is a bit stickier for you. But that's all good. So we can pop this back on. Get all that in place. Make sure this is all upright. And then, excuse me, as I come round. Now I'm just going to nip these up. I need those seagull eyes of you. Yep, I forgot to put it on. Don't worry, I put it on and I thought, shite, I forgot about that one. See, the good thing about this is, it just pops open like that. So, I need the screw facing the opposite side. Boom, done. Ooh, have I done it this way? Oh, it's done this way. And get to it from this side. Move out the way, stupid bit of ancient hose. Can't see a damn thing. There we go. Come on. Come on. There we are. Clip that in place. Something like that. Tighten her up. There we go. Oh, you just unsprung on me, didn't you? Pushed it. Pushed on it. Get out of the way. Get up there, like that. That's it. There, I can actually see now. Okay, so the camera stopped filming right when I finished tightening this up. So I've tightened that up, put the breather back on that lovely bit of hose. I'll come round here, tighten this up. So, sorry, there, tighten that boot up onto the airbox so that's good. So we've got the throttle back in, we've got the choke on, it's all clean and nice. So we're going to take this back, plug out. I know it was new anyway, and I put it in. So we're going to have a look. I believe this is the original one that I've been in it for time. Focus camera, come on, oops. Look at state of that. But you can see it's not actually that bad. So usually if are you gonna stay focused on this? Come on, focus on there we go. So the little strap on the top, that'll usually be light brown, grey colour. And that means it's burning nice. And you'll usually have like a slight sooty ring round here. And then on this inner electrode, it'll have like a fuel ring on it. And you can tell basically how your engine's running via that. And the healthier engine, it's an old school method that's dying out, but luckily my stepdad taught me it. So let's have a look at this. This is brand new, by the way, this spark plug, by the looks of it, from memory, shall I say. There we go. At least it wasn't ridiculously tight. Okay, yeah, shiny new. So what I want to do is, I've got a battery hooked up over here. We're going to see if it's got spark. The engine's originally, I put oil down the cylinder anyway. I've turned it over, it turns over nice. So I'm going to see if we've got any spark. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it, but we're going to try. Try to get that in an area and then zoom you in on it. Right, let's see if you guys can see anything. Should be fairly easy to turn over anyway. Oh, I saw a spark then. We'll do it a couple more times just so you can see that. Okay, we've got spark. Great news. I'm happy with that. So the clicking you could hear is the decompression lever. I'll take you around here so you can have a better look at it. So, I don't know what all this wire is. I think that was tied on there to hold the I don't know. The cover on that my parents had on when it was at their house. So this here goes all the way up, and it has a lobe that it kicks in to hold the exhaust valve open. So as soon as you move the kickstart, it engages the decompression lever, which is pretty cool because you don't have it on because usually you'd have it up here on a little lever that you'd pull on newer bikes. So, but if you get it wrong and you don't kick it hard enough and you kick it there, you ain't got no decompression. But you can see it activates it and then it drops it out. I'm struggling to turn it over there, so that's that. See if we can see that up here. So as soon as you get to a certain point, it drops the exhaust valve back closed as it should be, and then you'll get a nice mean fire up, or you should do. Or if you kick it wrong, it'll kick you back, or it'll stop dead and you'll hurt your leg, which is usually what happens to me. Right now, that's it for today. I've done more than enough. This video is going to be long. Look at my lighting. Look at my camera. My camera tripod. It's an iPad holder for in your car. Proper ghetto. But yes, so we unstuck the front brake. We found out the fluid is like poo-poo. And we've cleaned the carb. We've been through the carb, cleaned it all. We've resealed it against head. And it's got spark. So I'd say that's a pretty damn good day, because I didn't expect it to have had spark. I thought I was going to be chasing out problems. But luckily, not so bad at all. Next, we're going to throw some fuel in it and see if it fires up after 2008. Yeah, 13 years. See if she wants to fire over. Well, it looks like it. She's got spark. She's got a lot of compression. Everything seems to be going too well, let's say. So, hope you guys enjoyed that. And tune in for the next one. You're having fun, Ty? Ty, you having fun? I saw where you buried them. You always get so annoyed when you catch him doing dumb shit. Exactly.